So hello everyone, it is a Sunday on, I think, the 4th of August. So it is going to be crazy busy. This will be my first time in Universal on a weekend in August. So the plan is again to try some treats again today, but I have no idea what the treats will be, so I'm going to figure it out as I go. I've got one or two in mind, but the rest is finding them. Don't think I'm going to go on any rides, because I think I'm just going to be checking out the craziness. The queues are already building up and it is only 20 past 8. Universal is open. Islands of Adventure isn't open yet, but the queues are still quite large, so we'll see the craziness, hopefully get some treats. Okay, change of plan. When they said Islands of Adventure doesn't open till 9, they literally meant it doesn't open till 9. The gates are shut, people are starting to back up. Third of the way to the bridge and they're still flooding to it, so today is going to be an experience. As I said, first time on a weekend, height of the season, so I'm going to have a walk around, may pop into Universal Studios, which I think is open, because as I said, today's going to be a bit freewheeling. Concept of hitting some more treats, but I don't know what fully are, so I'm going to get to look in some shops and hopefully be surprised. So since I'm not going on rides, I don't really have to face that sweaty queue. So let's see how this goes. You have no idea how busy it is. Oh, obviously if you come here in August you do, if you're unfortunate enough to have school holidays and stuff. Feels like it should be 11 or 12 busy times, but the place isn't even fully open yet. Anyway, stopped at Studio Treats, first bad boy of the day. Let's see how this goes. I cannot even begin to describe how hot it is. It's not even 9 o'clock, but it feels like 2 o'clock. It's very warm. And this solo running and gunning vlogging like, prone to mistakes in the heat. I keep filming myself to the camera at 50 frames per second, which is too fast. So it's all a bit crazy, but I want to make my way up to Diagon Alley, because after that minion cupcake, which was very nice by the way, very, very nice, I'd have that again. I'm going to get a frozen butterbeer to try and cool down. I tell you, this is going to be an experience. I've never experienced it this hot at 9 o'clock. Wish me luck. Just watching the road. So the main strength of that Minions cupcake was the cake itself was moist and nice, and there was a lot of it, but it never felt too overpowering. And that big dollop of icing on the top, you could imagine how that would get sickly. But actually it was okay. I was scooping that up with my tongue big style. So I'm walking in towards the Harry Potter section, Diagon Alley. Something to note, it is only 10 to 9. Last time I was in here, they opened up at around 10 to 9 rather than 9 o'clock on the dot as well. So it seems to do open things for you a bit earlier than timetable. So I have found a quiet spot to drink my butterbeer, frozen, and we'll see how this pans out. I remember it being quite nice. I have had this before, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, I've made my way out of Diagon Alley, and I have to say, that was one of the most pleasant experiences I've had in Diagon Alley. Well, other than when we went in during Halloween Horror Nights and me and Jack were the only two people in there. That is the most pleasant experience I've had on a weekend in August on a gorgeous day. You could move around the stores without being shuffled and bombarded like, you know, peas in a pod. I can't believe I mean, it wasn't exactly empty, but you could experience in it. It's the first time I've been in every store and had a good look around. Can't get my head around it. So I'm going to do a circle of Universal, see what else catches my eye, and then I'm going to go over to Islands of Adventure and see if that's any more crazier. But at the moment, though I'm not looking at rides, so I don't know what the queues are like, this is quite pleasant. Okay, so I've opened the Universal app because I'm curious about queues. So, Gringotts, 30 minutes. Jimmy Fallon, 5 minutes. Shrek, 25 minutes. Skull Island, 20 minutes. Let's see, Spider-Man, 45. Transformers, 10. Those aren't bad. Bright sunny day, Sunday, August. I must be catching a strange day in the calendar. See how empty this section is? It's a bit crazy. So, based on that, I've actually realised there is a treat I can get here. It's called a Flamin' Mo, I think. I don't think it's alcoholic, so I'm going to go in and ask. I want to try one of those. Guess I won't be having a Flamin' Mo, or at least not yet. I keep forgetting how early I get in here. It is only 10. And the food place next door doesn't open till 11, so I assume they both open at the same time. Who knows? As I said, I often wander around these places and just figure it out as I go. If you want expert opinion, I ain't it. Right, so we'll keep going, see if anything else pops up. I'll tell you what I do need to catch, which I haven't seen yet. So I think it's called the Cinematic Spectacular, right? It's the show they put on over the lake. Since I've not seen it, I need to do it. But of course, I've only got 3 nights to do it. I've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And the problem I have with staying off site is, and I realise it's a psychological one just in my head, is once I'm out of the park, I have a psychological thing I have to leap to go back into the park, because each time I Uber, it costs me about $7 there and back, which is nothing. It's still cheaper than having a car. You know, it's still the most efficient option, but it's like just that little barrier, right? Where I feel it's frustrating anyway. I realise I have to get over it, and it's just me. So, and of course it means braving getting an Uber at 9 o'clock when everyone leaves the park, which is all doable, but just, it's different to just getting on the bus to the on-site property hotel, right? That's what's bugging me. But I do need to try and slot this in, because I would like to see it. And I am out of there. I was going to hang round for a Flamin' Mo, but I just can't hang round for things. Always in motion, always in motion. So let's put a caveat on my comments about Universal Studios not being that busy in August on a Sunday. It is currently only 10:30. So I was probably wandering around before most people arrived. Okay, I am at the Chocolate Emporium again. Last time I did one of these mini Treatpocalypses, I chickened out of the milkshake because I'd already had quite a few treats. Since I've only had 2 this time and I feel like I can handle it, I am going to go in and see what I can find in the Chocolate Emporium. I'm going to at least try and get a milkshake, hopefully one that, how can I put it, doesn't have a whole second dessert on top of it. I think that might be a long shot. So now I have to try and eat this bad boy. To be honest, it's not going to be too bad. It's quite nice. It's lighter than it looks. But I had the amazing interaction in there with the inventor and their robot. I don't normally do character interactions. I don't like getting drawn into them. I feel they're a bit silly and I get embarrassed. But those two are just amazing. I think it's because they're like steampunk, pulp fiction, sci-fi, so I can sort of work on their level. But it was absolutely amazing. They were showing me through the drinks and everything and the different bars of chocolate and how we function. It's just hilarious. If I had a camera person, I would have filmed it. But solo vlogging, man, you just miss so much. But absolutely amazing. I love that store, though I've only bought the milkshake. There is 1,001 treats in there, from expensive truffles to all sorts of bars of chocolate, which is a treatpocalypse in itself. But I tell you, selection anxiety in that store is just overloaded with amazingness. I just love it. So this is the chocolate nitro buzz milkshake. I got it because it had less built up on top. It's quite manageable. I'll tell you something, if you want a bit of a coffee jolt in the form of a milkshake, this is the one. Whoa! Place is deserted though, so my advice, just based on one Sunday in August, not shall we say experience over a long period of time, is people don't get up early on a Sunday. So it's 11 o'clock and I felt like I've had the place to myself. I'm sure that's going to change from now on, but it's been great. Defeated, though if I was to be honest, there is one or two cake things in the bottom of there, but pretty much defeated. As I attempt to be more informative with some of these videos, you do get to keep these jars. I don't, because I have to find suitcase space for them and all sorts of things, and it's just a drama. So that's going in the bin, but you do get to keep them. So just like the last Treatpocalypse on this trip, the third treat has done me in. There ain't going to be any more. That is the Lad donut of this second Treatpocalypse. It didn't do me in as much as the Lad donut. It's much lighter on the stomach, but yeah, last one of the day. So of the three, that was certainly the best one. I also enjoyed, well, it's weird. So the Minions cupcake and the frozen Butterbeer. So the Minion cupcake was a very nice cupcake, right? It was good. The frozen Butterbeer, that's the second time I've had it, and as I said, it just wasn't as good. The butterscotch didn't pop as much. It was just a little bit blander, and I don't know whether they've toned it down on purpose or, you know, the batches vary or whatever. So, you know, it didn't pop as much for me this time. But that, the chocolate nitro, very nice. I'm now going to walk it off in Islands of Adventure, and we'll see what happens there. But for this video, we'll count it at 3 treats, and if I do another one today, you may just roll onto it if you're watching the playlist. Till next time.